We are education. We teach the world's most respected system in diving.
We are exploration. We introduce millions to the underwater world.
We are community, connecting the world's largest and most active tribe of divers.
We are conservation. We create ambassadors for the preservation of our ocean planet.
We are Patty, and we are a force for good.
Good Monday evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Safety Stop. JoJo, did you recuperate from your 2 days of spa duty?
No. They worked on my tan more than anything.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, we spent the last 2 days giving Penny the spa treatment. And if you checked out our main Facebook page, we posted photos on Saturday when she was kind of the what would you call that color? Like the garb green? Yeah.
Nurse shark green?
Well, at least it wasn't like baby puke green, you know?
No, it actually made a nice undertone for her.
But it did. It laid the way for the actual painting on Sunday, which made the shark look phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. We definitely got some work accomplished on Miss Penny this weekend.
So, if you're familiar with the old MTV show Beavis and Butthead, I got a kick because at one point yesterday, JoJo had his shirt over his head and was painting. It was a funny sight.
Yeah, well, I had to keep the sunburn off my neck. Didn't work.
You still got a little bit of sun up there?
Yeah, it makes it a little hard to sleep when you get a sunburn on the back of your neck.
Yeah. And you know what else it's hard to do? Put a neck seal around it when it's burnt.
Yeah, that would make it hard too.
Yeah. It's just something about that neck seal just aggravates a sunburn.
And the cold water?
I don't know. I think the cold water would make it feel good. I was I'm on the temperature stuff today, and let me tell you, Brian done an awesome job on this temperature monitor stuff on the website, because I was looking, and we actually hit 59 on the surface today. So
Wow.
yeah,
Climbing.
yeah. So I'm sitting here looking like it was 57.2 at 5:50 this morning, and as of a while ago, we're at I say a while ago at 7:40, we were at 58.9. So surface temperatures are coming up, and it looks like even the temperatures at 10 foot are on a slowly gradual incline. So
Yep. Expecting that first thermocline right around 10 feet. You get started.
it's looking like that. Of course, now I've got some kind of Facebook refused to connect. Okay, let me just reset my screen here so I can so I can see. Uh, yeah, I mean, it rose a degree. It was 52 yesterday. It's 53 currently. Yeah, 20 foot still about the same. So everything's looking, the deeper you go, it kind of stays the same. But that surface temperature, all it takes is for that to start warming up, and the 10 foot, 20 foot, all of those are going to start following suit.
Oh, keep having these nice, warm, sunny days. We'll watch it keep going up.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I read a thing, matter of fact, just a couple of hours ago. A meteorologist out of the TV station in Paducah, Kentucky, had posted that the winter chill is in the rearview mirror, and that after this week, the next cold temperatures we'll see will be in the fall. So I'm like, okay, let's speed up spring. Let's get the water going, get it warmed up.
Yeah. Sucks for work, but good for diving.
I hear you. Well, I haven't jumped in, so let's check and see who all is chimed in the room this evening. Looks like Chad's in here. Good evening, sir. Of course, JoJo and his little life preserver jumping in the water. You're always ready to jump in the water.
Yeah.
Looks like Dad's in here. Mr. Jeff Hoyer. Good evening, sir. One-handed texting. All right, no worries, no worries. Let's see. So looks like that's all that have chimed in. So hopefully, we're going to throw up the trivia question, and we actually have a real good one tonight. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. And it should pop up right there. All right. So we'll go ahead and let you guys start researching this one. What is the highest elevation a dive has ever been made? So one of the hints, I believe, is it was done in 2019.
2019.
2019. Yep. So there's you a hint right there. What is the highest elevation a dive has been made? So I found this one pretty interesting because, yeah, it had to take some calculation.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to. Not that I've ever really looked at a elevation table.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're going to have to recalculate a lot to do this. When do you hit deco?
Yeah, no joke. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. Chad says that. Wow, that's a good one. Hey, I thought it was a good one. JoJo come up with it, so
I didn't come up with it. I just found it.
Well, you come up with it. Yeah,
I got on that googly machine. It
the
did
googly
something.
machine. Uh-oh, we already got a guess.
Even 11 inches.
Yeah, right now, do you have the centimeters?
Oh.
You got to have the centimeters in there. If I'm not mistaken, I think isn't the answer that we had to convert it, but isn't it metric or in meters?
I have it in meters and feet.
Okay. All right, so JoJo's going to give us that answer a little bit later on in the cast. Of course, I'll leave this up here for just a but I can't even talk. Just a second. But yeah, getting back to JoJo, we are less than 2 weeks away from opening 2023 season. So a lot of work has been done. A lot of people have actually gotten to gotten to see everything that's been done. Of course, we've been trying to keep things kind of updated on Facebook so people can see, how we spend our weekends in the winter.
Keep the excitement up before the excitement is dragged out of us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the biggest thing, and of course, nobody's really seen the changing house because, well, nobody's been there really because we've been working on it. But
it was a compliment the other day. It said they were looking really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. But of course, now is the time we're trying to get Penny back in the water, and we are inching closer and closer. And I'm going to go ahead. If you haven't seen, I was hoping I had some before and afters, and I'm sure I do. I have some befores.
I got some her in primer I can send to you.
Oh, what is that? Okay.
You're doubling up.
I hit the wrong button. There we go. Let me get the highest elevation off the screen.
Get that.
It's all these buttons. I just don't press this big red button. They said never press the big red button. So one of these days I'm going to push it. So, of course, this is after the primer, and I believe, JoJo, correct me if I'm wrong, this is kind of the final color scheme, but we've got some details to finish up, some of the finer details, and I see Jeff just posted, "Poor Penny, no teeth." They're coming. We actually.
So this is pretty much what she's going to look like in the hole. We tried to really go with the pictures that we had and make that really distinct white versus gray line through there with just spots just intermingling with each other. So I think she turned out pretty good.
Yeah, and of course, as Krista just pointed out, says she's too dark. She's lighter than this, and of course,
she is.
She is lighter than what's shown in the picture. But
she ain't that light blue either that you have on the other picture.
Yeah, and I don't know why they came out that way. It was like, and it had to be a color setting or something on the camera. But it did. It came out. Yeah, it came out darker than what it actually is. But she does. She looks awesome. Her teeth is going to. We do have her teeth. They are 3D printed shark teeth, so they're actual replicas of a shark tooth, and we're going to be mounting those and fixing them. I noticed on a post today, one of the shop owners in Nashville said, "Divers, leave her teeth alone." And I'm like, "Yeah, don't stick your head in her, or don't stick your head in her mouth either."
Might not just have to drill them in, might have to freaking putty them in too. I mean,
put padlocks on them.
Yeah. Why has this shark got braces? So you don't take them.
But yeah, I can just picture the teeth in her mouth now, and I mean that just really sets her off. I think it's.
I can't wait till Krista gets done with the finishing touches because it's really going to make her pop.
Oh yeah, and then of course, getting her all sealed and everything. We're trying to keep the paint from bubbling like the previous paint did. But I don't know if you guys know the backstory about Penny. JoJo, you know it, don't you?
Yes.
So, for all of our watchers out there, if you don't know Penny's backstory, she's actually linked to Nashville. This shark was actually, if I remember correctly, was displayed in the Opry Mills Mall before
That's my
the
understanding.
before the flood of 2010. And of course, when Nashville flooded, it flooded the mall out, and of course, they pretty much had to gut the entire mall. Well, the shark had a turtle companion and I think a manta ray, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm assuming it's the general contractor, whoever was in charge of the, you know, stripping it all out. Anyway, it ended up in his garage for like the next 9 years, and so that's where the shark come from. One of the shops in Nashville, one of the former shops, came across it and donated it. Music City Scuba, and so yeah, we put her in 19 without really doing anything to her. I know Sean had put some makeshift teeth out of PVC pipe, kind of made her some dentures, and they looked okay. I mean, they served the purpose,
Mm.
and so that's kind of Penny's backstory. So this is actually the first time we pulled her out last spring, because she was getting in bad shape, the paint and all of that, and we just simply didn't get a chance to work on her last year. Every time we had free time, the weather wasn't nice, and it just it didn't happen. And
It
so
took a lot of work to get her down to where she needed to be to build her back up.
yeah, so so now we're almost to the point, you know that we do the finishing touches, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll be able to announce a return to the depths. And I noticed that Jeff had asked, how deep is she going to be? Well, we want to make her to where she is can be seen by pretty much everybody, open water divers, students, stuff like that. But we want to make her deep enough to where they're not going to be tempted to go down and try to ride her and all of that. We did have her sitting in about 20 feet, suspended over the fire truck. I will let you know she's not going back there. But I've had several people ask, where is she going? Where is she going? That really is that's going to be the question. Um, we're not letting that out.
We didn't let it out the first time. We let
No.
people find her, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, because you're just diving along, and the next thing you know, you see the silhouette of this huge shark, and it takes you for a second, and then you just have to
Mhm.
realize, wait a minute, I'm in freshwater. There's not sharks in freshwater. But I've heard more than a couple of stories of divers encountering the shark, not expecting it, and it's kind of one of those things, because if you think about it, if you're in the ocean and you're doing an ocean dive off of a boat, you never know when you're going to run across a shark.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't. Unless you're tracking one of the great whites that's swimming around the Florida coast or North Carolina, wherever. You don't know when you're going to come across, and so we try to make it as quote unquote realistic, because you're going to be diving in the ocean one day, and you'll be like, "Hey, what's that? I've seen that before. Oh wait, I'm in the ocean. That's a real shark."
They're pretty cool, and they're actually out there too. So,
Let's see. Yeah, I think my wife just messaged. Okay, so let me see if I can if I can pull these pictures here real quick. I don't know if it'll let me. Come on, did it save it? Oh yeah, it's saving it. Okay. All right. So yeah, down. Bear with me for just a second. All right.
I don't know if I can handle you that long.
I know. All right. So let me see if I can throw this one up here. And this is one thing that we don't want people to do. All right. We don't want you sticking your head in the shark's mouth. Of course, that it went away. Of course, that was really before we done anything to her. And as you can tell, she was more dark, not really, great white color on the top. So, but it was bubbling real bad too. So,
Yeah, we go around popping like pimples all over the place.
oh yeah. Hold on a sec. She sent me several of them. I'm having to like download it and then incorporate it in. So give me just a second, and I'll show you what we're talking about as far as her old paint job. If you didn't get a chance to really look at her, I'm going to go ahead and cut to this picture here. So that's actually the bubbles in her old paint, and so that's what we had to try to get rid of because it was making her look terrible. And JoJo and Krista and several others had gotten down there and sanded and got her pretty much sanded all the way down.
Right back down to the original fiberglass.
Yeah, to the original. And hold on, I'm having to go go through these pictures here. Let's see, where are they at? All right, is she? Okay, she's actually got a better picture, and it's really lighter. Um, it shows how light she actually is. I'll get that one downloaded here, and I keep getting dings. So, all right. All right. So that's more of what she actually looks like, and just by looking at the pictures, from the one that I took and this one, I'm going to say it had to do with the shadows. Because if you look at the shadows on her side, it makes her look darker, and then you can tell how light she is up on the top.
That blue still looks like it's too light. I know she's darker than that too.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the camera can catch it for some reason.
Yeah. Let's see. Did she send me? Oh, okay. And then, of course, she sent me the one that was primered. And I guess it's really gray. It's not really a green.
Like a greenish gray. It was green. You can tell it was green.
Yeah. Let's see. Did it pop? Okay. Yeah, it's popped up here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that one up there. So that's what she looked like when we got the primer, the base on her. So I mean, she looks pretty gnarly there.
Yeah.
Where'd you go, JoJo?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm looking at her.
Well, no, I was trying to find our screen.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of work on her. I mean, it's just to be honest, it's been nonstop since January the 7th when we actually started working on the dock. And yeah, I mean, we've been humping it every weekend. And next weekend, or this coming weekend's no exception. We're still going to be doing some finishing touches, getting the shop and everything ready. I know the ticket sales are already up and available. Yeah. All right. She says, no, it's green. Let's see. Chad says 100, put her in 100 foot of water. Well, yeah, I mean, let's deal with cold temperatures, 46 degrees, and then, oh, wait, is that a great white coming after me? Uh, that'll warm you up quick.
Yeah, you definitely warm up quickly. Was it
Uh,
cold? I don't remember even being cold.
Dad says, and divers riding her like a horse and broke fin. Yeah, so that was another main point. Reason she had to be brought out was, people unfortunately getting on her thinking that she's like a sawhorse or a stick horse, wanting to ride her, and where her fins are, her pec fins, it ended up cracking one, and it just kept getting worse. So it wasn't just the paint.
No, the fiberglass didn't work too. The initials that were on it had to be removed.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the biggest thing. And I don't know if our viewers have heard this story, but I'm trying to remember it was KG and something else, but somebody had carved. Now this shark was in 24 foot of water, so we know it was a diver because we seen the exact same initials uh, on the yacht. But somebody had actually etched their initials in her tail fin. Uh, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. If I catch somebody or if somebody catches somebody doing that, I want to know about it because they will not be welcome at Pennyroyal anymore. That's just and especially after all the work that's gone into rehabbing her, getting her back up, the painting and everything. Yeah, it would not be pretty. Let's see. Jeff says put a shock collar on her. Yeah, be a pain in the butt to move her every month or so to keep going the surprise going. Actually, believe it or not, with about 20 pounds about 25 pounds of weight, she's actually pretty neutral. So, of course, we did dig tons of styrofoam out of her. So,
She's pretty hollow right now.
yeah, yeah, we found the styrofoam the hard way when she wouldn't sink. Uh, let's see. Chad says underwater security camera. If
Might
I
as
could
well install that Viz counter right there, then, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's our automatic Viz estimator.
Yeah.
Go out about 50 foot. If you can see the end of it, you know that visibility is at least 50 foot. If you can't, then it's not that good. All right. So she sent it, so that means that she wants me to share it. So I'm gonna share it. Hold on. It's another picture. Where there it is. All right. So this one's actually funny. Where is it at? All right. There you go. I don't know what she was looking for, but
I have my expectation or my theory, but I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Of course, yes, I had to share that when she sent it to me, so made it fair game. Oh, actually, actually, she sent one of. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. I think my dog has the cat cornered. I don't know. Let's see.
You see hairballs flying everywhere.
Uh, Not yet, not yet. All right. So if you want to look, want to know what she looked like before the primer coat went on, uh, here you go. So that's pretty much everything sanded down, like JoJo said, to the fiberglass. Uh, I mean, JoJo, how many hours are into this shark right now? Just an estimate.
I don't know. I probably had 3 or 4 weekends on her even before this week. Well, last year, and then probably I do spend another 2 weekends this year sanding on her.
So far, yeah.
And then when I finished sanding her Saturday, when we were able to finally get her lifted up, get those last few spots, and the primer went on that day. We weren't leaving her like that.
Yeah. Chris Robbins just commented, says, looks like a head up Penny's butt.
Chris has spent time sanding on her, and Steph. It was.
Oh yeah, I mean it's there's several hours of work into her so far, and there's still several more hours to put in to get her in position, finish her up, get her in position in the water, and then finally to where she's gonna be. So yeah, a lot of work, and so we definitely take this to heart because when we first put her in 19, she was delivered, she looked great, we put her in the water, didn't really have to do a whole lot, but 3 years later or 2 years later, we're having to bring her out. Actually, it was three, having to bring her out because of the cracked fin, because of the paint bubbling, just getting in bad shape. So yeah, that's the reason that we're going to be really strict as far as don't ride, don't touch her teeth, don't stick your head in her mouth, kind of things, because we want everybody to be able to enjoy. You can take pictures with her, just don't be riding her, and don't be destructive.
I mean, it comes to it, we'll pull her back out, and she'll become a yard ornament.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate
I
to see
know.
that happen.
Yeah, I know. I seen somebody had made a comment. I think Dad or somebody had shared the picture, and I remember reading a comment that they was wanting to start a petition not to put her back in the water, and I'm like, why? I mean, a shark is supposed to be in the water, and it looks cool in the water. That's the thing.
Everybody spends their time under the water. They don't give a crap about what's above the water. Everything in the water.
Chris, let's see. Krista said spent 3 weekends last year working on her. Uh, Mr. Tony, what's your name? Last name again? Can't wait to see her this weekend. Chris Robbins wants to know, is she going to be placed in about the same place? No. We have some ideas, but of course, like when we first put her in 19, we have decided that you're going to have to find her. uh,
I have my spot. Now, what you all come up with, I don't know. We'll see who wins on that one.
Let's see. Krista says if people come up with shark bites, we'll know they put their head in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chomps down. Long fins. Okay, I knew that. I knew it was something like long fins. Let's see. All right, so let's jump back real quick because we are already 8:35. Let's jump back into our trivia question of the night. I think Mr. Jeff Hoyer has already thrown an answer out there. I haven't seen any other answers, so it's right above our heads. What is the highest elevation a dive has been made? So that is the trivia question for tonight. What is the highest elevation a dive has been made? So we've got about 10 minutes, and we will reveal the answer at 8:45. Did I? Yeah, I think I took my timer off. There we go. But
Does that elevation reduce as you go under the water, though? Or does that be at surface?
well, I mean,
Start counting that.
Yeah, that comes into the calculations. I mean,
Can you take 30 feet off if you did a 30-foot dive as the highest elevation?
Well, since you're at, sub-zero atmospheres when you jump in the water, so does that make you, let's see. Dad says he agrees with Jeff. All right. I don't remember what Jeff's answer was, but we can go back and look it up here in a minute. Some dude named John Ball. That name doesn't ring a bell, but okay. But I didn't read the article either. JoJo did, so. But I don't remember it being a John Ball. All right, I'll leave this up for just a minute. So, in other news, if you guys have not had your equipment serviced yet, make sure you get into your local dive shop and get that done. Season is fastly approaching, and you do not want your regulator to look. Oh, not that one. Yeah, you don't want your regulator to look like that.
That's a weird looking regulator. Where can I get one?
There we go. You do not want your regulator to look like that. I don't know why it doesn't stick up there.
That is some weird color grease right there. Tell you what.
Yeah, you don't want your regulator looking like that. So, this is a regulator that was actually done about 3 weeks ago that I done myself. And I don't know why these pictures don't stay up there, but anyway, here I'll just do it. So I'll just do it this way. Take that off. So in the center part there, it believe it or not, that actually had water in it. It's not supposed to have water in it. So
Wow.
So that kind of makes reason for that one looking the way it did.
Growing hair of some sort?
Huh?
Growing hair of some sort?
This, yeah, I don't know exactly what it was doing, but yes. So I'm going to say that regulator probably had not been serviced since it was purchased new. I don't know. I don't know the history behind it, but I do know what I seen when I tore it down on the bench, and it was like, oh no, somebody was breathing off of this. Oh, yeah, it was pretty nasty. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, a lot of people think, oh well, I'll get my gear in there, and you procrastinate, and then the next thing you know, your dive shop saying, oh well, it's going to be 3 or 4 weeks before we can get it done because everybody else is doing the same thing. So make sure you get your gear in. Really, I recommend when the dive season's over with, go ahead. If you're not going to be diving, go ahead and take your equipment in, get it serviced at the end of the year. That way you're ready to go. But not everybody does that way. So, if you haven't had it done, it's a good idea to go ahead. And I don't have any pictures of it, but I have a tank that was brought in, got hydroed, and I think I showed it to you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That is probably one of the worst pitted tanks I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's questionable. Give it that.
Yeah. So, if you're wondering, as far as equipment service, if you own tanks and you haven't had them visually inspected, very important to get that done. Unfortunately, this cylinder that I'm talking about has not just a couple of little pits in it. I've seen those, usually not that big of a deal, but this one here almost looked like Swiss cheese.
We'll like to see what your ratings come out on that when you finally get in there and
Oh yeah.
start measuring them up.
Well, I know, and I don't know if my camera here will actually show it. I think I showed you the pictures, but I don't know if you can actually see that very well or not. But
Not
those,
really, but those are like
yeah,
metals missing. They're holes.
yeah, those.
Shouldn't
I
have
mean,
holes
those,
in your-
huh?
So you shouldn't have holes in your tank.
Yeah, those dark spots are pits. I mean, there's some of them that they're not very deep, but there's some that are deeper and are very questionable. This picture here shows a little bit. You can see them really dark spots there. Uh, this is an aluminum cylinder. It's not supposed to look that way. So, very important to get your tanks, whether they're steel or aluminum, get them inspected, make sure they're in hydro, and yeah, don't let them look like that. Let's see, Chris Robbins. Oh crap, that's the highest that's a high elevation. I cheated and looked it up. Of course, then Dad
That's
asked,
hard.
did it have a bolt in it? No, it did not have a bolt in it. And what he is referring to is several years ago, there was a tank that was brought in, apparently had been in a closet for several years. And I don't know if they had given it to somebody, they had acquired this tank, wanted to bring it in, get it, inspected, looked at. And the tank looked perfect on the outside. I mean, it looked beautiful. It's like, oh, okay. Well, it wasn't until we stuck the light inside, it had a bolt that had, it looks like they had put a bolt in the tank itself, cut the head off, filed it down, and then recoated the outside so you'd never know it. And unless you open it up and look, and there's this bolt sticking through the wall. And it's like, I don't think that one's going to work.
Mm.
And
Makes me cringe.
yeah,
Thinking I'm going to feel these things.
well, and that's the big thing, and it's, it's not a threat per se to the diver, because the pressure when a tank goes, typically it's going to be when it's being filled. So it's your airfill station operator that's going to take the brunt of it. So that's why it's very important to, get your hydros, get them inspected, get your gear serviced, because that's where your life is going to be. That gear has to keep you breathing. And if it's not serviced, something happens, it can cause problems. So make sure you get it in, get it serviced. Jojo, have you had your serviced?
I need to.
Yeah, I need.
Always been having me busy. I haven't had free time to service it yet. I keep waiting for tank day so I can at least get my tanks done.
Tank day, tank day. All right, it looks like it's 8:45 if I'm reading the time right. Yep, it is 8:45. Jojo, tell us, what is the highest? Hold on, let me pull it back up here real quick. What is the highest elevation a dive has been made?
All right, so the highest elevation. Well, it was done on December 13th, 2019. So not too far away.
Not
You
long
imagine
ago.
being the person trying to find the highest spot to go diving, or what it consists of. Is it just a little pond on top of a mountain? I don't know.
It was a creek.
Creek under a waterfall.
There you go.
But the elevation of this dive was 21,103 feet.
All right. So Jeff had put 20,980 and 11. What'd you say?
21,103 feet.
Oh, well, he was only off by like 200 feet.
Yeah, I mean, he was close enough.
I mean, and even put the 11 inches in there. I mean, come on.
I was like, he was precise.
I think, was he thinking we were doing Prices Right or something?
What also intrigues me is this was done in a volcano.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just curious.
I'll try to pronounce it. I ain't going to be able to. The Os del Salado volcano?
Off
Yes,
Del
in
Salado?
Poland? Os.
Poland. Yeah.
Os. If it's Spanish, I guess Hos. For J is H, right? Hos.
Hos. It may be.
Hos.
If we've got any
Del
Polish
Salado.
people or Polish speaking people, if you'd like to pronounce that for us, please be our guest.
OJOS DELSALADO.
Okay. Let's see. Chris Robbins said the real question is how much is your life worth? I service mine every year. So yes, exactly. Chad asked, is there scuba diving in Everest? Dang, that's high.
Well, 21,000 feet. Commercial, your standard jet's at 30. You're only 10,000 feet away.
Oh yeah.
You're 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah, the air is super thin. I mean, I don't even know how you would.
Cold.
Oh yeah, of course. Was he ice? I mean, was it ice diving? Well, you said it was in a volcano, so I mean, maybe it was warm.
Heated vents.
Yeah,
They got in a jacuzzi and went diving up there.
probably. That's probably what it was.
Oh.
21,000. What'd you say? 21,100.
21,103 feet.
21,103.
What that in meters?
Go ahead.
6,395 meters.
Okay, let's see. I think I remember seeing somebody post it in meters.
I think Jeff did as well.
63.95. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay. So he got it in meters. Let's see. Chris says 1.3 meters of ice on top. So it must not have been in a jacuzzi, JoJo. Because 1.3 meters of ice, that's like what, a little over 4 foot. That's a big chunk of ice.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, at
A lot of
21,000
chip.
feet in the air. All right, and Jeff says by Marcel Corcus. Did I say that right?
Yes. Marcel Carcass.
Carcass.
I guess I made K's right. Carcass.
All right.
I'm sorry if I am butchering it. I'm not meaning to be mean, but
Yeah, I mean, hey, kudos to him. That's I don't think
feat I
could
can't
hike.
never do.
Huh? Yeah. No joke.
Those are feat I can't do.
No, I couldn't get past the 4 feet of ice. Maybe a couple of inches of ice. Okay, I can probably do that. 4 feet? No. No, I'd never get up the ladder.
There's a ladder involved. Oh my gosh.
That would have
Heart
to be
attack
one.
right there.
I was going to say that'd have to be one big hole in the ice. Let me tell you. 'Cause some of these holes
I'm
I
looking
see
for
people.
zero entry.
Yeah. Where's the dock at? Give me the boat. Oh goodness. So yeah. I'm trying to think. Let's see. We've covered less than 2 weeks away from opening. We've covered equipment servicing. We've covered Penny's spa weekend. She didn't get just a day; she got a weekend. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. So, yeah. So really, I don't have a whole lot more, but we are what at 8:51. So, just
Yeah.
gonna go, huh?
Yeah, we're there. We made it.
So, so everybody knows that we do an annual staff getaway to our favorite place in Roatan, Turquoise Bay. And JoJo, you have been there several times with us. Uh, you actually got to experience the South Side with us last year. And we haven't really talked a lot about. I mean, we talked about the South Side and all of that. I'm just going to throw this up real quick. The staff have already taken what they want, so we are opening it up for anybody else. If anybody wants to travel with us, um, it's our annual staff getaway, September 30th through October 7th. Um, it's 8 days, 7 nights. Like I said, staff members have already taken what they wanted, and so the rest of the spots, and I think there's 2 rooms left that I've got. Um, Great trip. If you've never been to Roatan, uh, we typically dive the north side, but the south side. JoJo, what did you think about the south side last year?
Well, first time there, so I was pretty blown away by it. Uh, the depths are, I mean, jump off the back of the boat and it's 400 feet deep. So make sure you got yourself taken care of there.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Make sure you
don't
got
be like
everything
me
took
and
in.
jump in with your air off. I mean, oh,
But yeah,
you
it's
know that the labyrinth one was cool. I don't remember the name of it. But we did that like 3 times.
oh no, that was Mary's place.
Mary's place, yes. I
Mary's
can never.
place. And that was
And
an
the wreck. I
awesome.
wish I had more time with the wreck. Of course, I love wrecks. So
Yeah. And hopefully we get to do that again this time. But yeah, the south side is awesome. We typically dive the north side, and usually it's a hit and miss. Usually you see some pretty cool things. Sometimes you don't. Again, it's hit and miss. You may come across. I've been down there a whole week, never seen a shark, but then I've been down there, and 4 out of 5 days of diving, I see at least 1 or 2 sharks. I mean, so
hmm
it's pretty interesting. It's different, from the north side from the south side. I mean, it's like a different place.
yeah. And we had that friendly eagle ray that came out on our last dive that just kept circling around.
Oh man, yeah, that thing was like what 7 foot span. I mean, it was
Yeah,
huge,
I mean, he's huge. I didn't want to get out, but
and
for
it was
some reason that darn SPG gauge said get out of the water.
yeah, and it was the last dive, like the last dive of the trip. And you know what they say, always save the best for last.
I mean, screwed up my photos, but getting that octopus eating that crab underneath the rock was great. Oz was under there, with his little tickle stick, and it was just wrapping around and it won't let go. And now Oz is fighting the octopus while it's eating a crab. Oh,
And then, of course, my wife wants me to remind everybody the about Women's Dive Day coming up July 15th, and the Georgia Aquarium trip on September 16th. If you want to dive with whale sharks, you haven't had a chance to do the aquarium, the Atlanta Aquarium. We are taking a group. It's a single day going down. I believe there are like 14, 13 spots available still. So that is in September, September the 16th. And then, of course, the big event of the year, the same event that we do the treasure hunt, all of that, Women's Dive Day. And it has grown into an awesome event.
yes, it has. I'm stoked every time it comes around as we dress up in our tuxedo shirts and get to play chauffeur for all the lovely ladies that come to visit. Uh, it's fun.
It is. It's a blast. I mean, I think there was 120 lady divers last year. I'm hoping we have more than that this year. It seems to have grown each year, and it's a great event. Several different things going on during the day. There's like the giant Jenga for your surface intervals. Connect Four. Actually, I think it's Connect Five. Things to do on your surface interval. The photo booth that our Convention Visitors Bureau brings down, so you can make funny gift videos. The really jumpy ones. But it's a fun time. Plus the treasure hunt is involved with it. And then, of course, this year we're doing the theme of it is diving through the decades. So if you've got vintage equipment, you want to bring it out and help decorate, we'll let you decorate your pavilion space, in vintage. It's going to be really cool if anybody comes out in some of the old colored wetsuits. If you haven't seen them, like the hot neon pinks and, these really bright blues, and, it's pretty cool. So, and JoJo's working on a disco ball. So,
Oh, everybody's stuck on the disco ball. Everyone wants a disco ball.
everybody wants a disco ball. Oh, goodness. All right, JoJo, it looks like it is 8:58. Do you have any final thoughts for us before we head out?
Oh, I'm hoping everybody has a great weekend or week. I had a great weekend helping out. Uh, next time I get down there, I'm hoping we're putting Penny in and uh, we're rolling, seeing everybody's face coming in the gate. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's this weekend's the last weekend to wait. So, hopefully we'll have all the finishing touches on everything, that has to be done, and then hopefully in the next couple 3 weeks we'll be about ready to put Penny in. But we'll announce that, and we'll take her down together. Well, some people might. I'm a fair weather diver anymore. Just because my dry suit don't fit.
I know you can get a nice one.
I know. I know.
In fact, you met another person that had one just like it. He said he loved it too. So,
hey, I think they're going to catch on. I really do.
for the price point, yeah, I think so.
All right, JoJo. Well, I just want to thank everybody. You guys tuning in with us each and every Monday night. I didn't think, 2 years into it, we would still be doing this on Monday nights. And here we are having a blast, talking everything about diving, whether it's park related or equipment services or, just diving in general. It's always a blast to be able to sit down and talk what you love. And, that's why we do this, because we love to dive. We love making sure that our divers have a great time. And, so I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and letting us spend an hour with you on Monday nights. So, as far as I know, everything looks good. We will, quick announcement. Of course, with the start of the summer season, we will be taking a break on Monday Night Safety Stop. That will be starting Memorial Day weekend to Labor Day weekend, because that's our busy season, and it is, it's hard to get home and get things set up and get ready. But we may pop in, do a special for, Women's Dive Day or something like that. But just so everybody knows, this current Monday Night Safety Stop series, I'm sorry, not series, episode will take its season finale, Memorial Day weekend, and we'll return in the fall and spend the fall and winter with you guys. So anyway, until next Monday night, if you guys are out diving this weekend, we hope you have a fun, safe, and awesome diving weekend. Stay warm if you're diving in the area. If you're traveling to the Caribbean, that's what I think about it. No.
Take me with you is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, there you go. But we hope you have a fun, safe, and exciting diving adventures. We look forward to seeing you guys this season. I can't wait for things to open up. Water is warming up. Make sure, if you have questions, what's the temperature at the quarry? Check out our website, pennyroyalscuba.com. The temperatures are live as you load the page. So, there's no worrying about, how old is this? Because it loads automatically. So it's real time. So if you ever have any questions about what's the temperature at the quarry, pop on our website, look at the thermometer. It's going to tell you what the temperatures are right then, right there. Until next Monday night, we'll catch you guys here on Penny Royal Divers Group, Monday Night Safety Stop, and our YouTube channel.
We are the kings of